Plan B isn't luxury anymore, it's your lifeline. And if you don't have one yet, you are already late. In this video, we will break it down clearly. What a Plan B really is, beyond the Instagram move abroad fantasy, why it's becoming more important right now, and how you can start even if you have prepared nothing so far. If these topics keep you up at night, stay with me, this video is for you. What is a Plan B really? When people talk about moving abroad or having a Plan B, they often mix up two things. Plan A and Plan B. Plan A is your official life plan. It's what you openly communicate, the version your environment knows about. Maybe your Plan A is I'm staying in the UK, or I will stay in Austria, or next year I'm moving to the US, or in a few years I'll go to Thailand. Plan A is essentially public. It's basically the script. Plan B is different. Plan B is private, strategic, built quietly in the background. Not because you are paranoid, but because it's insurance. It's the option you can activate if things change, and ideally something you have never to use. And here's something important. A Plan B doesn't automatically mean you are emigrating. It can include things like local residency options abroad, foreign bank accounts, international asset structures, property in a second location, even a second citizenship. You might never leave your home country permanently, but you are no longer fully dependent on one system. So why is Plan B becoming more important? Because systems tighten under pressure. That's history. You constantly see discussions about higher taxes, new regulations, expanding surveillance mechanisms. What starts as an exception often becomes permanent. Add to that geopolitical instability, economic cycles, high sovereign debt, political polarization. And here's the key principle. If you wait until you need a Plan B, it's already too late to build one. When real restrictions come in, financial, political, or bureaucratic, your options don't expand. They shrink quickly. And there's another dynamic people underestimate. When uncertainty rises, everyone runs towards the same exits. Banks become selective, residency programs get flooded, minimum deposits go up, processing times double or triple. What used to be simple becomes complicated. What used to be affordable becomes expensive. That's why Plan B is about timing, and you build it while life still feels normal. So let's talk about 7 components of a Plan B. Every Plan B looks different, but typically there are 7 core components. You don't need all of them, it depends on your situation. But you should at least evaluate each one deliberately. Number 1 is a second citizenship. A second passport gives you resilience and mobility. And this can come through investment, naturalization, ancestry, or other legal pathways. Second is additional residency options. A passport alone isn't enough. Many people benefit from having 2 or 3 residency options in different regions, in countries they actually like or could realistically live in. The third one is bank accounts outside your home system. If all your accounts are in one country, you are fully exposed to that country. Foreign accounts, ideally in different currencies, create flexibility. The fourth one is global asset diversification. If most of your wealth sits in one country, that's concentration risk. Diversification can mean foreign property, international brokers, multi-currency exposure, or spreading physical assets across countries. The fifth one is relocation light. Not everyone wants to fully emigrate, but even a partial shift, for example, moving to a nearby, more stable country, can reduce exposure and increase strategic flexibility. The sixth one is international structures. Depending on your profile, international companies, holdings, or foundations can play a role. This is highly individual and needs proper planning. The seventh one is cross-border inheritance planning. For families with assets, succession planning becomes critical, especially across multiple countries. The earlier this is structured, the more room you have to optimize. Now, this is important. You don't need to implement all 7, of course, but you should consciously go through the list and ask, does this apply to me? Is this relevant now or later? And if you want professional guidance in building or executing your personal Plan B strategy, you can book a consultation with us. The link is in the description. We help entrepreneurs, investors, and internationally oriented individuals structure this properly and legally. So where should you start if you have done nothing yet? If you're starting from zero and you want a practical first step, start with foreign banking. Try opening 2 or 3 bank accounts outside your home country, even if you don't urgently need them. Why? Because the process itself is valuable. You learn how international compliance works. You get used to dealing with foreign institutions and you build real infrastructure. You might face rejections, that's normal, but once you succeed, you have taken a concrete step. And that momentum makes everything else easier. You can also consider opening a brokerage account outside your home region as part of that first layer, and then gradually move into the more structural components. And again, if you want clarity on what sequence makes sense for your specific situation, use the consultation link in the description. A plan B should be tailored, not copied from someone else's blueprint. Now let's talk about the bigger idea. A plan B is not about fear, it's about optionality. It's about making sure you and your family are not fully dependent on one government, one economic area, one banking system, one currency, and one regulatory framework. So if circumstances change financially or geopolitically, you can act calmly, legally, and strategically. And most importantly, you're not forced to make life-changing decisions under pressure. That's what a real plan B is. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next one. Bye.